name is Allie. I've been a fan of My Little Pony since the beginning of time, since ponies came into being, since, I don't know, G1. And I always really loved the show. I didn't really get into the show initially when the new season came out until a friend of mine forced me to watch it, and I just instantly fell in love with it like so many of y'all did.
I didn't do it.
So, Derpy is really personally important to me, and I'm sure a lot of people feel the same way about her. She's just this different background, sort of often forgotten about pony. But, you know, she's different from the other ponies. And I always grew up feeling different from other people. I was born with scoliosis. It's kind of funny. On the way over here, somebody stopped me and they're like, hey, do you need any help? You look like you're bending over for something. I was like, no, I'm just really short. No, it's cool. I was born with scoliosis. I only have one lung and one kidney, both on the right side. I was born that way. I've had 10 operations between the ages of 6 years old and about 13 or 14 was when I had my last one. The way my spine was curving, it was curving over my one and only lung. So if I hadn't had those operations, I would have died via suffocation by the age of about 11 or 12. So I had to wear a back brace. I was always really awkward, clumsy, and I wasn't always the graceful ballerina that I am today.
That's my jam.
Oh my gosh, this is really hard. What?
You broke it. That's my job. I just don't know what went wrong.
I don't even use Norton. Get off my interwebs.
Do they have internet in Ponyville?
Oh yeah.
Your eyes are all googly and your face is askew. With your knick-knack, doodle whack, lopsided smile. Derp face, you're just my style. Derp, 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 derpy derp, 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 derpity derp, 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 derp. Derp, derp, herp, derp, derpy doo. Derp face, I love you.
Finally. All right, so this is going to kind of be awkward for me because I can't see the screen. Those are essentially my note cards, so I'm just going to wing it. I can totally do this. What?
I love you. Your eyes are all googly and your face is askew.
It must be ground dirt day.
This is why we don't let Derpy do tech support.
I'm sorry.
We just don't know what went wrong.
Maybe you can fix it with your sonic screwdriver.
I already tried.
All right, I think we've got this. The Tao of Derpy. Tao. The Tao of Derpy. Well, let me tell you. Tao is defined by Merriam-Webster as the art or skill of doing something in harmony with the essential nature of the thing. So that's from Merriam-Webster. I don't know how they get away with a definition and ending it with the thing, but that's what I got from them. And then Derpy is defined by Urban Dictionary as... I cannot read that. Thank you. You guys are just going to read it for me, okay? So there you go. 2 definitions sort of breaks down. What does awkward mean? What does of mean? I don't know. I'll have to check with Merriam-Webster on that one for you. Why is this not working?
My apologies for the technical derpy culties. I just wanted to try to do something helpful.
It's like the piano incident all over again.
I told you never to speak of that again.
Thank you, Dr. Hoos. So the first appearance was originally, she was just a background pony, and she was a product of layering issues. Now, I kind of figured out this morning what happened here. So when they used Flash to make these ponies, they just generated a whole slew of background ponies. That's how Derpy came into being. She was just like some random G1 background pony, and they changed the colors a little bit, and that's how we got her. Now, when they do the layering on Flash, what happened is initially Twilight Sparkle was standing in front of her, and you see how the one eye, the farthest away one, is sort of looking up? That's how all of their eyes are when they initially put them in the show. And then they put Twilight over her, adjusted the one eye so that she was like looking at Twilight and Pinky, and then later on they moved Twilight somewhere else, and so she just had the one eye looking straight, and the other eye was still doing that thing like they had originally put her in. Now, the show had already gotten green-lighted by the producers, and Theason just liked the way she looked. He thought it was funny, so he just went ahead and kept her in. And then he ended up having all of the future episodes changed because people reacted to it. So, coining the name Derpy, does anyone know how Derpy came about and got her name? Okay, so 4chan, the Black Void from where the Brony movement began, instantly picked up on this pony, and it was actually, here's the original post that first named her by name. And if you notice the timestamp, that's just very shortly after the first episode had aired. So we really picked up and noticed her right away. And so there it says from, I think it's Dr. Forner. And so the name Derpy Hoos, I cannot read that. Anyway, you guys see it. Exactly.
I'm back.
Hello? Yep, still working. All right. So the creator's response, and Thiessen was delighted by the reaction that he got, and so he had all of the future episodes changed, like I said. And Lauren Faust was also delighted by the fan base's love of the character and decided to keep her as a recurring character and actually added her in more. And that's how we were able to see more of her in season 2 as well. And so... These are all the first season scenes with Derpy. I really love this song.
I'm going crazy and I'm dropping handles like the weather. And you think that I'm nuts and I don't really give a cut. There you go, kiss me now. Bubbles on the butt, muffins, yeah. Woo, woo, woo. Like I don't really know what I'm talking about. Dude, derping, eyes are crossed. La 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 la. Is this north or is this south? La 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 la, woo.
And I actually, somebody asked who wrote that song the last time, so I included in there. You can go to that YouTube channel and find the full version of that song. Believe it or not, there is an entire version of that song, and it is totally awesome, and I love it. It's awful, but I just love it. All right, Faust noted in her Brony documentary that she was interviewed in, that she kind of saw Derpy as a Harpo Marx character. You know, somebody who would sort of be in the background and be really funny, but not really have a voice, and sort of left her as a blank slate for the Bronies. And I think we really utilized that because Derpy, her character is formed by us. All of the things that we associate with her are pretty much created by the fans, which I think is really awesome, and one of the reasons I think so many of us love her so much. She really is ours.
She's all mine.
So, where's Derpy? So, she was intentionally storyboarded by DHX. I edited that because I was corrected last year. She was intentionally storyboarded by DHX. As a Where's Waldo sort of game for the fans to play. And she stole every scene she was in. I could not find her in that scene. Like, people told me she was in that episode. They're like, yeah, she's in the barn. I'm like, where? Which barn? I had to watch the episode over and over. So that's why I included that scene from that season.
I remember that.
Fansplosions. This is still the most terrifying Derpy image that I have seen. It seriously gives me nightmares. I can't even with this photo. I don't understand what's going on. I just don't know.
I'm a little scared.
Yeah. So I'm going to make that go away. So fanfic gives way to the mail mare. And so many of us associate Derpy Hooves with delivering the mail. Let's see here. Does anybody know why she delivers the mail? Anyone? Is it because she has bubbles and that's why she delivers the mail? That's brilliant. I'm going to go with that. Were you asking why she has bubbles? Okay, good. Then I did follow you. Okay, good. So the reason why she's the mail mare is back, again, 4chan days, on the co-boards, they used to post these little random pony stories and pony pictures. They'd wait for all the mods to go to bed because the mods hated these people just spamming pony stuff all over the place. And so they'd wait for them to go to bed, and they'd be like, quick, post ponies. And they'd post all sorts of pony memes, and oftentimes they would write these little short stories as well. And so Bright Eyes was the first version where she was written as the male pony. And again, this was very, very early in the fandom, like very shortly after the show even started. And that's the only place I know where to find the story, but it's at that website. And then there's A Friend for Derpy Hooves, which is written by Jim Dimitri and posted on fanfiction.net. And that more fully fleshes out the male version of her story. And if you have a chance to, please go check them out. They're both really good. The first one, Bright Eyes, like I said, is extremely short, and it's really beautifully written. Like, I'm totally shocked that someone on 4chan wrote it, but I guess it takes all kinds for that website. So, like I said, both of the works of fan fiction were created prior to the delivery truck scene, which is what most people think is how the male mare thing came up, but that's not why. So anyway, I included the clip for you. She's so cute, even when she's accidentally killing you.
Oops.
Muffins! Woo! So, who can throw? Which one of y'all are good at throwing? All right. They need muffins. The masses need muffins. Holy goodness, it's Muffin Apocalypse.
I'm a pony now. Ponies are cool.
Kaiko and Gilly was actually here last year and helped me introduce this. And it was really exciting. I was so excited I turned British. And so he is actually no longer doing the Derpy assistant anymore, or Doctor Who's an assistant thing anymore. He resigned, so I'm pretty bummed about that. But he'll always be the best doctor. He's like the David Tennant of this fandom for me anyway. And he's a really nice guy, too. So, I'm going to play for you the first episode.
Oh, I love this. This is my favorite part. TARDIS getting all wonky like that.
No! There we go.
Well, that was a bit unexpected. Let's have a look around then. Trees are the same, birds are the same. A bit too sunny to be English weather. A bit primitive, perhaps. Wonder where I am. TARDIS getting all wonky like that. Well, best I try to fix it.
Hi!
Hi!
Hello there, mister. Wow, your house kind of appeared out of nowhere.
But no, this isn't a house. And furthermore, you're talking. And you look like you're an equid of some sort. A pony. I think that's more interesting.
I am a pony, and you're a pony too, mister.
Now wait a minute, I can't possibly be a pony. Last time I checked, I was at least Homo sapien in appearance.
Homo say what now?
Oh, you know, hairless ancients on bipedals. Basically, they...
Monkeys on bike pedals? Oh boy, so you're from the circus. I love this circus.
No, it means I walk on two legs.
You're not walking on two legs, mister. Is that how stick your head?
Now hold on a minute, let me take a look. Oh, gee. Well, that's interesting, isn't it? Look at that. Who's and everything. Guess that explains a lot then. I'm liking the tail, that's a rather nice touch. Chestnut looks like still not ginger. Blast.
One day, guys, one day, I
Fucking
swear.
hourglass right here on my rump, fancy that. Doesn't look like a bride.
Duh, that's your cutie mark. Jeez, do I gotta teach you everything all over again?
Lassie.
I really think you hit your head pretty hard. What's your name anyway?
Oh, I'm the doctor.
Doctor of what?
Oh, well, I'm just the doctor.
Okay, so you fix ponies up, right?
No, if I fixed ponies up, I don't think this would be the, what do you call it, the mark on my
A
right.
cutie mark.
Yes.
Well, let me see. Whoa. Looks like your cutie mark is a hourglass? So, hourglass. Is your special talent time?
Indeed. Time and fabrication at the slightest.
Oh my gosh, a time-traveling pony! This is so cool! That's nice. I don't remember what my special talent is.
Well, it's...
Anyway,
But it shows you how
well, yeah, I think it's for my bubbly personality.
but that can be debated later.
Huh?
Nothing, actually. You see, I'm in a bit of this situation. The TARDIS brought me here at this specific moment.
Named your house TARDIS?
That's the name of the time machine behind you.
Oh, okay.
But actually, out of curiosity, what event is about to be taking at this particular time and moment?
I don't know. I guess the Summer Sun celebration's coming. It's actually the first time we've had it here in Ponyville in a long time. Princess is gonna come out and everything. Everybody's gonna be there.
So this event is very important, right?
Yep, very important.
It seems that the TARDIS sent me at this specific exact moment for just this right occasion. That means something is bound to happen at this particular event. Right, let me just take a look at...
Just pick it up with your
How do you
face.
hold these things? I can't hold my sonic screwdriver.
Still not used to
you
that.
just pick it up. See? Like this.
How do you even do that? It's virtually impossible with these hooves.
No, you just pick it up. Look. See? It's easy.
Try the way to do... This isn't working. Oh, hold on, I have an idea. There we go. I'm holding it.
Your mouth is good, but, I mean,
That's the only way I can physically hold this thing.
well, you could just hold it with your hoof.
No, it's quite impossible. I'll just stick with the mouth. So, anyways, let's get right to it.
I think you're gonna need a unicorn to help you with that.
Wait a minute, you just said unicorns.
Yeah, unicorns. Like, see, I'm a Pegasus. We have unicorns.
Are you telling me there's actually unicorns here?
Yeah, they're all over the place.
The humans are up to something for once. Right then, let's... perchance let's get something to eat first.
Oh, sure. We have dandelion sandwiches, hay fries, apple pie.
Do you have bacon and eggs, out of curiosity?
I could bake you some eggs if that's what you're asking.
Do you...
Yeah, what about them?
Oh, yes, that's right, I forgot. Equins are herbivores in nature. That means they don't, or wouldn't even consider cannibalizing something similar to their own species. Nothing, actually. Do you have, I know. Do you have muffins with butter?
Muffins! Yes, I got muffins. I got blueberry muffins. I got coffee muffins. You should try the blueberry muffins. I really like the blueberry muffins, especially with the butter, because the butter's really good on muffins. I can make you muffins.
Splendid. I'll go for the blueberry muffins with the side of butter.
I knew you'd like the blueberry muffins.
At least she can make a partial English breakfast on that, regards.
So, I guess we should get food then, right?
Yes, right. Capital idea. Let's go and get some food, and from now on, until the job is done, you are my temporary assistant.
A temporary assistant? What do I do?
You know, they actually remade the first episode.
They remade the first episode
Yeah, you know how it's just...
with better sound.
It's, they combined the first 3 into one episode and just did it completely over, and it's amazing.
Oh yes, I have seen that, but I didn't think I had time for that. All of it. Huh?
You can find it on YouTube.
Yeah, you can find it on YouTube. You can just look up Doctor Who's an Assistant. It's really good.
It's actually what got me into Doctor Who.
What?
Yeah. That was my first Doctor.
That's amazing. kind of scary, but that's amazing. So. And apparently it's your first Doctor, too. Okay, so I have another video, but I'm not going to play it because it's kind of long and it drags on, and we're running out of time. But it's another episode of Derpy and the Doctor, just a different version. It's a computer-animated version of this episode. If you just look up, yeah, it's really good, but it's sort of long and it's kind of depressing.
It's very, very sad.
It's very, very sad. Yes, unfortunately, the doctor and the assistant always have to eventually part. So that's what this movie is about. It's about them saying goodbye. All right. Not with a whisper, but with a crash. So a little bit the controversy surrounding Derpy Hooves and the death and rebirth, so to speak. I love that picture, so I just included it for no good reason. All right, Derpy gets a voice, aka Hasbro, you're doing it wrong. So in the last roundup, they decided to go ahead and include Derpy and give her a voice. And originally she was supposed to be called Ditsy Jew, but the producers asked the writer if she would change the name. Her name is Amy Keating. And asked her if she would change the name to Derpy. And she didn't know that Derpy may have a negative connotation, so she's just like, sure, whatever, I don't care. She had no idea that the fans were in love with this Derpy character. She's just like, yeah, okay, whatever. So it was voiced by Tabitha St. Germain, and she said that at the time, when she did the voice, she said that she thought Derpy was a boy, which I don't see how that's possible. And she also said it was named or voiced after one of her neighbor's children, which I don't know. Tabitha St. Germain, you did it wrong. I love you.
Tabitha is actually going to be at Nightmare Nights in Addison County, Texas in October.
She's a very lovely person. She was very, very sweet to me when I met her. So here is the first episode, or the first version of this episode.
Careful, Derpy! I don't want to do any more damage than you've already done. I just don't know what went wrong. Yeah, it's a mystery. Nice work, Rainbow Dad!
She doesn't even look like a boy. She looks like a girl.
You okay, Rainbow Dad? Anything I can do to help? No, nothing. In the name of Celestia, just sit there and do nothing.
That butt defies physics.
My bad. Applejack! 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 Applejack!
That butt defies physics.
I guess all my videos are going to play twice for me. So then it was promptly taken away. So the response was mostly positive. A lot of people got really excited when she finally got a voice, although some people questioned the voice that she got. And a lot of people sent letters and emails to Hasbro and DHX and everything, really excited about it. But there were a few emails where the parents were very offended and felt like Hasbro was making fun of people who are mentally handicapped or disabled. And Ms. Keating has 2 developmentally disabled children, and she's actually a really huge advocate of people with disabilities, particularly children with disabilities. So when she saw those emails, she was very deeply hurt. She just didn't want to believe that people thought that she would make fun of people that are mentally handicapped. So they decided to go ahead and change the name, or the name and the voice, mainly out of respect for Miss Keating. Her son Soren is actually where we get the name Soren from, the character in the Wonder Bullets. And so they just edited it out in the show. Here, I'll show you. This is the edited version.
Huh? Now careful. You don't want to do any more damage than you've already done.
And look at her eyes, too. Going across her eyes.
I just don't know what went wrong. Yeah, it's a mystery. Nice work, Rainbow Dash!
So you basically get the idea. They didn't call her Derpy by name in the show. It was changed to a more ditzy voice, which, honestly, the way they changed her voice, that was really more what Miss Keating pictured in her head for Derpy's voice. And I actually like the edited voice version better. Honestly, I think they should just hire Pierce's Mulder to do Derpy's voice.
That would be
I
amazing.
mean, seriously, she's the best Derpy voice ever. And they also uncrossed her eyes, which I thought was really ridiculous. Yeah. Blind Dumbo Rat. Same person. Yes. Is it Blind or Bald Dumbo Rat? Bald. Darn it. Bald Dumbo Rat. It's the same person. It's the same girl. I didn't know that until about a week ago. But yeah, they uncrossed her eyes too, which this late in the show's history, I felt like that was really unnecessary and sort of superfluous for them to do that. I mean, her eyes have been crossed the entire time already. Yeah.
I just realized this here is an official Derpy Dudes lunchbox.
Yeah.
So I was looking at it, and right here on the side is a picture of Derpy, but it looks like what it used to look like before. It's not the edited version.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, here, let me show you.
Yep. That's that scene. That is that scene. That's very cool. I love that lunchbox, too. I really want it.
That is a pretty cool lunchbox.
And also mention the name Derpy was completely removed, leaving her nameless. So this prompted a huge amount of drama from the fandom. We got really angry about this. There were petitions online. I think some people wrote to the President of the United States to bring Derpy back. And so it was just...
They did.
Yeah, major drama. We were like on the battleground trying to save Derpy and bring her back, but they just totally got rid of her, and then pretty much got rid of her.
It would have been pretty funny if the president actually did something. The president is secretly a pony.
Yeah, except for petitions have to reach 100,000 signatures
I
before
used
the
to be loved by
president.
many. I used to make them laugh and fill their hearts with joy. One day, I finally decided to come out and talk to them. And what happens then? Some of them get angry and call me names. Stupid, retarded, offensive. They want my name changed for me to go away forever. I never meant to hurt anyone's feelings. I just don't know what went wrong. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I didn't mean it. I didn't mean to do anything wrong. It's not my fault that I'm like this. It's not my fault that my eyes just happen to do this. It's okay. No matter what, you're always my best fans. And I love all of you. And I'm really glad that you're all here to support me. And I mean, if my name's not okay, if my eyes aren't okay, I'm sorry. But just know no matter what, I'll always be there in the background, waiting for you to see me. And I just thank you, every pony. Thank you.
That was amazing.
Yeah, I cried for... I cried for about an hour the first time I ever saw this video because this really spoke to me. Like, I felt like, why are we not allowed to be different? Why do we have to be assimilated and be the same cookie cutter person? Nobody wants that. And so this really spoke to me a lot. When they got rid of Derpy because she was different, I just felt like that was a really big slap in the face to, yeah.
And actually, I was going to do this monologue for my acting class, but the director said it was just too sad.
I don't even know who Derpy is, and I'm crying.
So what does this say about us as a society? I mean, maybe Derpy's clumsy just because her eyes are crossed and it's really hard for her to see. I mean, it doesn't mean that she's necessarily mentally handicapped just because she looks different. That doesn't mean that we're mentally insufficient just because we look different. When I was very small, I was getting admitted into kindergarten, first grade, and the teacher was just explaining to me everything very slowly. And then we go here for lunch, and then we get our pencil out, and then we do this. And I was just like, my mom said that I really shocked her because at like 5 or 6 years old, I looked at her and I said, "I'm sorry, do you have a speech impediment?" And so it's very important. It's very important not to judge a book by its cover. I've known several people with cerebral palsy, and it's very frustrating to them because, they're mentally there. They just have problems using their muscles, and people mistake them as mentally retarded all the time, and it's just not the case. So it's very important to treat everybody as your intellectual equal. Yes, sir. Sorry, I've got to wrap it up pretty quick here. Exactly.
That was a good one, man. That was a good one.
Probably the most brilliant person on the face of the earth. Yes, little one. I'm trying to get to that real quick. So.
When that happened, I screamed.
I also screamed.
Paused the video, dropped everything I had,
I was speechless.
And also, there are people that do have mental deficiencies, and, should we hide them as well? Do we need to sweep them under the rug? A lot of these people bring a lot of joy to their family and friends' life, and they're a human being just like us, and we should respect them as well. They're not just something to be hidden away. So, Derpy was phased out in the third season. She was only there in like very tiny flashes here and there. When I talked to Tabitha St. Germain last year at Comicpalooza, she just imitated the sound of a flatline as to whether Derpy would be returning or not. But I think she may have just been throwing me off the trail, or maybe she just really didn't know. Maybe they weren't planning on returning her, but... So we started seeing a whole lot of merchandise come out with Derpy Hooves. Last year I said I would give my left foot for this. I have one now. It was the greatest moment. What?
Do you still have your left foot?
I still have my left foot.
Okay, that's good. Okay,
in fact,
everyone.
I can thank Tori for hooking me up with a guy who was selling it for $75, and it was the best day ever. So I've got one now. And there's a lot of other merchandise out there, backpacks, other accessories. And so Derpy is way out there. Although, did you get the vinyl figure? Yeah. Awesome. And the bag. And she was even in Equestria Girl. Yeah, I really didn't update this a whole lot. Yeah, she was in the cafeteria scene.
She had a muffin.
She's at the very end, too.
Yes, and she was at the very end. Return of the Derp. Woo!
Shay's back.
I'm back, every pony.
This excited me. I had no idea this episode was going to happen the way it did. I'm sure there are some in the fandom that had spoilers or whatever. I was working 70 hours a week at the time, so I had no idea. So I came home from work one day, turned on the DVR, and I got to see this, and I was so excited.
I was
We just
speechless.
wanted to let you know that we're so sorry you're hurt, but you shouldn't worry a bit about not being able to be in the tryouts. We'll be alright. We even have a replacement.
Also, I love both biceps.
Because we know how much a gold medal
And
means
Rainbow's
to you.
sad about something.
Thanks.
Thanks. Yeah, we've seen you. We got it. I got so excited. At the end of that episode, I started crying when they're like all together and like the winning circle or whatever. And yeah, I was so happy. I got up and screamed. My husband turned around. He saw me crying. He's like, "Are you really crying over this right now?" I was so happy. So. Okay, and then there was another long video that I was going to play that really goes into her coming in and everything, but I think there's another panel about to start here pretty shortly. Do you see anybody waiting out there for me to... They're waiting? Okay.
You could tell though they could keep waiting.
No, I'm not going to keep them waiting too much longer. I'm almost done here. So... that really brings me to the end of the presentation pretty much. I just wanted to say, yes, hold on. Yes, sir? I do not have that song. I think you asked me that last year. I do not have that song, but I have another song for you. So anyway, this is just why Derpy to me is the epitome of the Brony movement. We really did create her. She was a beautiful mistake, total accident. Just like the Brony movement was, nobody expected this to happen when they made My Little Pony again, but it did, and it's pretty much been, like, I think the best thing in a lot of our lives. I've made a whole lot of friends because of this fandom and because of Derpy, and I'm just so very grateful and thankful, and I thank you all for being here today.
Thank you guys. You've been wonderful.
Thank you, every pony.
Not a cloud in the sky, it's a beautiful day. Everywhere I fly, things are going my way. Got a bag full of mail and sweet delivering skills, cause I'm the best mail bear in Ponyville. Whoops. I hope this wasn't fragile. Muffins! Smells are enticing. Is that poppy or nut? These look so appetizing. They'd go great in my gut. And if they taste so exquisite as I dream that they might, I could stuff my face full. That wouldn't be right. Cause I'm a male bear pony, one who's taken an oath. I made a vow that I'm bound to uphold. And neither rain, heat, nor snow, nor cupcakes, muffins, or both can break my word. I'm undeterred by all those fluffy, tasty muffins topped with seeds and filled with fruit. Just one tantalizing whiff is all it takes. So delectably delicious and effectively nutritious, it's no wonder they're the only thing I bake. Just a solitary nibble, just the teensiest of crumbs, turns my body limp and weak around the knees. Just one taste and then I'll go, one small bite they'll never know. Or a big bite. All the muffins were misplaced. Where they're 5 or 6, I haven't got a clue. Now I have an eerie inkling of a memory erased, that I may have had a bite or two that swallowed. I forgot to chew it. 7 muffins later, I just don't know what to do. All the box in empty, package to deliver. Will they know its tasty pastries are no more? Will they notice that there's nary one less muffin left to show? Derpy, you little muffin thieving horse. forgot my address. I mailed these muffins myself. I like to buy them online, though I usually buy 12. There's not a cloud in the sky, and I think that I will have a beautiful day. It's a beautiful day in Ponyville.
Thank you, guys. Y'all have a great time this weekend. Thank you so much.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, every pony, and good night.